Hi, this is Anu and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you joined me today for yet but another tutorial, and today we are going festive. You had requested from me to create for you a Christmas sweater, so I obliged. So here is the beautiful sweater. I loved wearing it. It's really warm, so that is perfect for the winter, but you could very much do it in a cotton or a little bit of a thinner yarn. You would just have to adapt the gauge. All the information about the gauge and everything will be in the written pattern in a few days, so be a little patient with me. I thought about making an ugly Christmas sweater, and I tried really hard, but I cannot crochet ugly things. It's just like, it's against my nature. So instead, I created the not so ugly Christmas sweater for you. It is adorable. I absolutely love it. Of course, I chose white, red, and green to be in the Christmas holiday colors. But if you change the pom-pom colors into blue, for example, and silver, that would turn really easily into a Hanukkah sweater or a just everyday sweater if you choose the colors of your choice. For example, me, I would probably make the sweater teal and then having brown and beige pom-poms, and that would be perfect for an everyday sweater. You can also choose to make it shorter or longer. I like it when it's right below my hips, but you could make it short, right on your hips, or super long, and that would make a super nice Christmas dress. So you are in control. I am just giving you ideas here. The difficulty level is again intermediate light, just because we are using the popcorn stitch and we are doing a little bit of increasing and decreasing. One of the things that I love about this sweater is that there is virtually no sewing. It's all crocheting. So you're crocheting in the round from the bottom down, and yeah, and then you're just attaching the sleeves by crocheting and crocheting the collar. And since you're crocheting in the round, there are no seams, which is really pretty too. I used very affordable yarn also for this tutorial, so I'm very proud of that. I will put all the information about the yarn I used in the info box down below, and I will try to find substitutions as well for you. Other sizes will be on my blog. Here is the address of my blog. Every time I post something in the next few days, you can find the written pattern and different sizes on that blog too. Okay, and yes, if you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. Click on the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you are notified every time I post something new. Come and check me up on my social media. Right now, because we're getting closer to the holiday season, there will be a lot of giveaways there, so just saying. And what else? Here is the winner for last time giveaway for the beautiful cardigan, cable cardigan. Congratulations to you. And of course today one of you will be able to win all the material necessary to create this beautiful Christmas sweater. Just be subscribed to my channel and comment in the comment box down below, and that is it. That is all you need to do to be able to win today's giveaway. So that's it. So if you are interested in knowing how to create this not so ugly Christmas sweater, then keep on watching. And in the meantime, happy crochet, and I will see you next time. Bye! For this tutorial, you will need 5 skeins of the yarn Heartland from Lion Heart in Acadia, 1 skein of green in King Canyon, and 1 in red, and it is called a redwood. Also need a 4mm crochet hook, a 5mm crochet hook, and a 6mm crochet hook, as well as scissors, 4 stitch markers, and a tapestry needle. Take your crochet hook and your yarn and make a slip knot with your 6mm crochet hook, and proceed by chaining. We will be crocheting in the round, so you want to create a circle. So once you have 7 stitches, you're going to drop your stitch, go to the first chain, pass your crochet hook, and then pass it back through the chain you just dropped. And then you're going to continue to chain 80 chains in total. And I will meet you once you have 80 chains, and I will show you what to do to make sure your chain doesn't twist for that first round. Okay, so here you go. You have 80 chains. You're going to pass the chain through the first loop you had on your crochet hook, And just like that, you're going to begin your first round. Chain 3 will count as your first double crochet, and now you're going to make a double crochet in each and every one of the chains around your first round. So 80 double crochets in total, with the counting the first chain 3 as your first double crochet. Double crochet all around this first round, and I will meet you at the end of your first round. At the end of your first round, you're going to slip stitch with the first chain 3 we had made. So this sweater is began from the collar, so the collar and then building it down from the collar. We're going to do the collar, the shoulders, make room for your sleeves, continue with the body, and then come back to the sleeves and the collar and the borders. All right, so we are at your round 2. You are going to chain 3 and it will count as your first double crochet. You're going to make a double crochet in the next stitch, a double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the next stitch you're going to make 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then you're going to make 3 double crochets. And in the first one, we are going to make our popcorn stitch. And the way we're going to make it is in the next stitch, you are going to make 6 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you're going to drop your stitch, count back 6, and on top of the first double crochet in that stitch, pass your crochet hook. Then go back to the stitch you dropped, pass your crochet hook through that stitch. It's back on your hook. You have 2 loops. Pass the first loop through the second and slip stitch. And just like that, you just created a popcorn stitch. Now you're going to continue making double crochets. Make a double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th one, make 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then make another double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then in the next stitch, you're going to make a popcorn stitch again, the same way we had done it. And you are going to continue this all around that second round, and I will meet you once you are done with your second round. You will slip stitch at the top of the chain 3. Round 3, chain 3 will count as your first double crochet. Sorry about my voice, I'm struggling a little bit with my health. And this third round will be a round of double crochet and a round of increase as well. So what you're going to do is chain 3, that will count as your first double crochet. Then you're going to make 7 double crochets, so a total of 8 counting your chain 3. And then when you reach the popcorn stitch, on top of the popcorn stitch itself, you're going to increase. So you're going to make 2 double crochets on top of your popcorn stitch in the same stitch. So 8 double crochets in between your popcorn stitches, and then on top of the popcorn stitch, 2 double crochets. And I will meet you at the end of your round 3. At the end of your third round, slip stitch with the first chain 3 we had made, and let's do your fourth round. So you chain 1, and in the same stitch you make a half double crochet, and then you're going to make a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, so 4 half double crochets in total. And then in the 5th stitch you're going to make 2 half double crochet in the same stitch, and that is what you're going to repeat all around your work. So 4 half double crochet, and then in the 5th stitch 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, and I will meet you at the end of your round 4. So it is a round of half double crochet and of increase at the same time. So round 5 will be a round of half double crochets, but we are also going to make red popcorn stitches, and we want the red popcorn stitches to be in between the 2 white ones that we had created on round 2. So what you're going to do is find the middle stitch in between the 2 white popcorn and drag your finger all the way up, find it, and in that stitch you are going to make a popcorn stitch with the red color. So what is important here is that your red popcorn stitch is in the middle of the 2 white popcorn stitch down below. And at the same time, I would like you to increase. It doesn't really matter where you increase, like increase in between 2 popcorn stitches, and I would like you to increase this round by 10 stitches in total. So every time you do your half double crochet between 2 popcorn stitches red that you're going to add, I would like you to add 1 half double crochet in between those 2 red popcorn stitches. So with the extra half double crochet I have 11 half double crochets. At the end of my 11 half double crochet, I don't finish it. When I have 3 loops left on my hook, I am going to join with the red yarn, just like that. Wrap it around my crochet hook, pass it through the 3 last hoops of the last step of my half double crochet. And then I'm yarning over with the end yarn and my yarn, and I'm going to go into the next stitch, and I'm going to make my popcorn stitch. So in that same stitch I am going to make 6 double crochets with the red yarn, and I'm going to tag and pull a little bit on my end yarn. But here we go. So we're doing this popcorn stitch by doing 6 double crochets in the same stitch. We have the white yarn behind just hanging, that's fine. And once you have your 6 double crochet, you drop your stitch, go back to the first of the 6 double crochet, pretty easy to find, it's red right there. And grab the loop you have dropped, pass it through the first loop on your crochet hook, and very important, grab your white yarn and pass it through both of the loops. And just like that, you transition to the white color again seamlessly, and you're going to chain 1 to secure your popcorn stitch. All right, so what you can do if you want is carry the red yarn throughout and put it behind your half double crochet and just crochet with the red yarn in the back. That will make for a nicer wrong side of your work, but because we're working with white yarn, can you see that you can see the red yarn through it? And I did not like it, so I ended up actually fastening off the red yarn right after I transitioned it with the white. And after I fastened off, I made sure to make a little double knot
and then sew in the loose tail in the back of my work. But you could do either way depending on the yarn you choose.
Here, don't pay attention to the color. I just wanted to show you because I did it later with the green popcorn stitch that we will do in a further round. And you see how I just finished my pom-pom, I changed to my white yarn, and then I just left the green yarn there and continue with my white yarn. And what I ended up doing is really fastening off my green yarn, making a knot, and then rejoining in the next popcorn stitch, and I liked it better. So I'm just giving you the options here. Okay, back to where we are. Still don't forget to add 1/2 double crochets in between your two red popcorn stitches.
I know here I am still carrying the red yarn behind the white yarn, but believe me, I redid it totally without carrying it on and I liked it better. You see here are the red little popcorns are right in between the white ones. And I really hope you can relax with the counting of stitches, having one more, having one left. I can see your comments sometimes, oh my god, I'm missing one stitch. It's all about having fun and relaxing. No one will see the difference unless it's a very, very precise pattern. And in our case right now, it's not.
And at the end of your round, you're going to slip stitch only with the white color and with the first stitch you had made. And you are done with your round of red popcorn stitches. Chain 1, half double crochet, and you're going to make one round of half double crochet all around. But we are still increasing, so I really would like you to increase 1 stitches again in between your red popcorn stitches. And I will meet you at the end of your round. Finish your round by slip stitching with the first half double crochet you had made.
Now for round 7,
you're going to chain 1, make half double crochet
all around your 7th round, and I will meet you at the end of your 7th round,
where you will slip stitch again with the first half double crochet we had made.
Round 8
will be another round of half double crochet all around. Slip stitch at the beginning of your round, chain 1, and make a round of half double crochet all around. I will meet you at the end of your 7th round. Alright, this is what your work will look like. From the wrong side of your work, take your scissors and fasten off. You won't need the red yarn for a little while. And now you're going to slip stitch at the end of your round as usual, and we are going to go to
round 9.
Alright, so round 9 will be the round where we're going to add those little green popcorns, and again we'll find the middle between the 2 red popcorns from previous round, and we will drag our finger up, and that is at that stitch that we are going to put our green popcorn stitch. And we're going to do more of the same, so you're going to half double crochet your way until you meet that halfway point between the 2 red popcorns. And when you're not totally done with your half double crochet, you're going to join with the green yarn, and you're going to make a popcorn stitch the same way with the green yarn. So 6 double crochets in the same stitch. Dropping your stitch, going back to the first of the 6 double crochet, pass your crochet hook through both of the loops, grab your white yarn from behind and yarn over through both of the green loops on your hook, and then chain 1. And then you're going to continue making half double crochets all the way until you find the middle point between the 2 next red popcorn stitches below. On this round again, I would like you to add 1 half double crochets in between each of the green pom-poms, and you'll make another popcorn stitch there. Now, I don't know if you've noticed here, but I am not dragging the green yarn behind because I didn't like the way it looked when I did it with the red one. So I'm just leaving the green yarn there, and then I will just fasten off, make a knot, and then I am going to repeat joining with the green yarn at my next popcorn, if that makes any sense. And I will continue like that all around that round, and I will meet you at the end of your round when you have plenty of little green popcorn stitches in between your red ones. Alright, so you're going to fasten off your green yarn, and this is what your work will look like. Super pretty, right? A sprinkling of little pompons.
Alright, so you are done with your round 9, and now we are going to tackle round 10.
So we are creating the top of your sweater, not the collar yet. This is where we are right now. And you see how you don't see the green or the red yarn poking through? I like that so much better. Alright, so for the next round, chain 1 and half double crochet all around. Don't forget to half double crochet on top of your popcorn stitch. For this round, I increased it 1 stitch every time I was right on top of the red popcorn stitch. You see? Down below on that stitch that I could drag down to the popcorn, to the red one, I added a half double crochet, and that was my increase for this round, every time on top of the red one. Alright, so at the end of this round you slip stitch with the first half double crochet you had made, and let's tackle the next round. Alright, chain 1. For your next round, you're going to make 7 half double crochets. And in the 8th one, you're going to make 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. And this is what you're going to do all around this round. And I will meet you at the end of your round. And now until the end of round 15, you're just going to make half double crochets all around, and I will meet you at the beginning of round 16. And it will be time to create the room for your arms. So this is what your work will look like at the end of your round 15. So you're going to grab 4 stitch markers, and you're going to place the first one right at the first stitch of your round, right there. Then you're going to count 60 stitches, and you're going to place your second stitch marker right there. And then you're going to count 32 stitches, place your third stitch marker, and then count 60 stitches again and place your fourth one. Between stitch marker 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 will be the opening for your arms. Alright, so at your 16th round, you're going to chain 1, and from your first stitch marker, you're going to make 60 half double crochets. Re-put your stitch marker right on top of your first stitch. Here we go, that's your first one. And you're going to make 60 half double crochets, or whatever half double crochets it takes you have to make to take you to your second stitch marker. Alright, once you reach your second stitch marker, you make a half double crochet in that stitch, and then now you are going to chain 6. That will be the bottom part of your armhole. You're going to skip the 32 stitches in between stitch marker 2 and 3, and you're going to make a half double crochet inside the stitch where you have your third stitch marker. So skipping 32 stitches. You just created what will be the opening for your arms. Alright, so you made your 6 chains. Here is your third stitch marker. You're going to make a half double crochet in that stitch. and proceed by making 60 more half double crochet, or whatever half double crochet you need to go back to your number 4 stitch marker. Once you reach your number 4 stitch marker, you make a half double crochet in that stitch, you chain 6, you skip 32 stitches, and here you meet your first stitch marker at the beginning of your row, and you're going to half double crochet in the stitch that you have your stitch marker in, right there, and that's also the beginning of your round. And you just created the second opening for your armhole. I took off all my stitch markers except for number 1. And we are at the beginning of your next round. And for your next round, you're going to make half double crochets until you meet the chain 6 you had made in the previous round. Okay, so you make your 60 half double crochet. You have reached now the chain 6, and I will show you what to do. This was your first stitch marker right here. Your armhole opening, your 6 chains. So here is one armhole opening on one side, and here is the other on the other side. When you reach the chain, super easy. Remember, we had made 6 chains. You're going to make 1 half double crochet per chain. So you're going to have 6 half double crochet going through your chain until you reach the other side. So now what we are doing really is working on your body, on the front and the back of your sweater. Once you have 6 half double crochets, you go to the other side of your chain and you continue by making 60 half double crochets until you reach the other chain on the other side, and you repeat the same thing until you reach your first stitch marker and the beginning of your next round, and you will slip stitch after making, of course, those 6 half double crochets in your chain. Here you go, so I move my stitch marker to the beginning of my round, and what is left to do now for this round and for the next many rounds is to make rounds and rounds and rounds of half double crochets all around. From the beginning of my body right there until the end, I had 30 rounds of half double crochet. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer. If you make it way longer, you can turn it into a dress. You are in control. And now I will show you how to create the beautiful border. So I'm joining with my green yarn. I also switched to a 5mm crochet hook, a slightly smaller crochet hook, because I want my border to taper down and get a little narrower, but not drastically. And I like doing this trick because it doesn't need any decrease. It just naturally makes it a little narrower by switching to a smaller crochet hook. Alright, what we are going to do for this 31st round or the first round of our border, we are going to make a double crochets everywhere, all around our 31st round. And I will meet you at the end of your round. You can cut the white yarn, we won't need it anymore. We are done with our first round of our border. Slip stitch with the first chain 3 you had made at the beginning of your round. And now we're going to make front post double crochets. I am going to switch to a yet smaller 4.5 crochet hook millimeter. So we had a 6, then we had a 5, and now I am reaching for my 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. For your second round of green, you're going to bring this post to the front by wrapping your crochet hook around it and slip stitching. Now you can make your chain 3 and it will look exactly like a front post double crochet. Alright, let me show you how to make a front post double crochet. We're going to yarn over and go from the front to the back around the post. Yarn over and back behind the post. You have 3 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over through 2 loops and yarn over through 2 loops again. You just created a front post double crochet. So your first chain 3 counted as a front post double crochet, then you made a second one, and now you're going to have to make 2 back post double crochet. Let me show you how. Yarn over, this time you're going to come from the back of your post around and peekaboo. So the back to the front, around your post, pushing it to the back. So you're really pushing your post to the back of your work. Yarn over right back to the post. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over through 2 and yarn over through 2. So a front post double crochet goes to the front, a back post double crochet goes to the back. Yarn over, wrap around from the back to the front, pushing it to the back, yarn over right through the post, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops. So the back post double crochets are the shy ones. They want to be hidden in the back. The front post double crochet are the extrovert one. They want to be in the front line. Here is a front post double crochet, bringing it to the front, bringing it towards you. Extrovert. Out there. Look at me, I'm in the front. And that is 2 front post double crochets. And then the 2 next are going to be 2 back post double crochets. And they're the shy ones, and you're going to and you're going to be bringing them back to the, pushing them to the back. Those are the shy ones. Back post double crochets. And this is what you're going to repeat all around the second round of your border. So 2 front post double crochets, 2 back post double crochets all around. And I will meet you at the end of your round. And here you go, you are creating a ribbed edging. You are reaching the end of your 32nd round. Slip stitch at the top of the chain 3, which counted as your first front post double crochet. And here is the last change of hook. This is a 4mm hook. You're going to bring this stitch to the front the same way we had done before. And you're going to chain 3 and you are going to make another front post double crochet. Your chain 3 counted as your first one, and repeat. And for now you're going to make as many rounds of that border as you wish. So 2 back post double crochet, 2 front post back double crochet, 2 front post back double crochet. I made a total of 5 rounds of green for my border, but you can make it as short or as long as you wish. And this is what your work will look like right now. Time to create the sleeves. Alright, so take your work right side facing you
and in the right opening for your right sleeve, I'm going to go after the 6 stitches that we had skipped, right at the corner stitch, and I'm going to take my white yarn and I am going to join. I'm going to make a half double crochet right where I join in that same stitch, and I'm going to pick up half double crochets all around the opening of my arm. So I will be crocheting in the round again. I want to pick up a total of 35 half double crochet around my sleeve. So I'm making 2 half double crochet, then I'm skipping one, I'm making 3 half double crochet and I'm skipping one. My goal is at the end of this first round of picking up half double crochets around my sleeve to have 35 stitches symmetrically arranged on one side, on the other side of my sleeve. You should have about 29 half double crochet picked up when you reach the bottom part of your sleeve, and then you have those 6 stitches to pick up, which are above the chain we have skipped, if you remember, to create the opening for our arms. Once you reach those bottom stitches, you're going to make a half double crochet in each and every one of them. And then hopefully at the end of that first round, you picked up 35 stitches to create the first round of your sleeve. At the end of your round, no need to slip stitch in the last stitch of your first round. We're just going to be crocheting in the round, rounds and rounds and rounds. No need to increase or decrease. So you just are going to go directly to the first half double crochet you had made and begin your second round. And I just put a stitch marker at the beginning of my round so I can keep count of where it begins and where it ends, and I can count. So for my sleeve, I had 26 rounds in total, and then I decided I wanted to give my sleeves, as usual, a little flair, and I will show you how to do it. It's super simple. It's just a very simple increase. So for your 27th round, you're going to make 2 half double crochets in the first stitch, and then you're going to make 5 half double crochets. And then in the 6th one, you're going to make 2 half double crochets again. And that is what you're going to do all around these 27 rounds. And I will meet you at the end of this round. Your 28th round will be 1 round of half double crochet all around. No increase for this round. And I just keep moving my stitch marker at the beginning of my round so I know where it begins and it ends, because for the sleeve I didn't slip stitch at the beginning and the end of a round. I just crocheted around and around and around. I will meet you at the end of your round 28. And you can see how it gently flares with the increase, which is what we want. And for your round 29, you're going to make 6 half double crochet, and then in the 7th one you're going to make 2 stitches, 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. And that is what you're going to do all around for your 29th round. And then for round 30, you're going to make 1 round of half double crochet all around, no increase, and at the end of your round you will fasten off and you are done with the sleeve. We still have to do the border. You're going to create the same sleeve on the other side of your work for the second of your work for your second sleeve. And now let me show you how to make this delicious Christmassy pom-pom border for your sleeve. We are almost there, guys. The only thing left to do is to add a little touch to the sleeves and create a little border. So you're going to join at the end of your sleeve with your 6mm crochet hook and your green yarn. And you're going to join, making a half double crochet all around for that first round. Just a simple round of half double crochet, but in green. I will meet you at the end of your first half double crochet round of forest green. Voila, time to fasten off your green color, slip stitch with the first half double crochet you had made. Take your scissors and fasten off the green yarn. We are done with it for this sleeve. And then join with your red yarn anywhere, it doesn't matter really where. Join and make a single crochet in the same stitch you just joined, and then proceed by making 4 more single crochets. In total you'll have 5 single crochets. And now we're going to begin to create our little pom-pom. You're going to chain 3. And now we are going to work at the base of the single crochet. Yarn over and pass your crochet hook through that base. And we're going to make a half double crochet, omitting the last part of it. So yarn over through the stitch. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over through 2 loops. That's it. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and repeat. Go back to the base of your single crochet. Pass your crochet hook through that stitch. Yarn over and back. Yarn over through 2 loops. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to repeat this twice more. Yarn over through that same stitch. Yarn over and back, and yarn over through 2 loops. You have 4 loops on your hook. One more time. Yarn over through the stitch. Yarn over and back, yarn over through 2 loops. And when you have 5 loops on your hook, you yarn over through all the loops on your crochet hook, and then you chain 1 to secure it. Now when you make this chain 1, don't do it too tight because you're going to work the second part of your pom-pom in that chain. All right, make 3 chains. In the first chain we had made before the 3 chains, right there, you're going to repeat what we had done before, making the double crochet, omitting the last step. So pass your crochet hook through that chain, yarn over and back, and yarn over and yarn over through 2 loops. Repeat 3 more times. Yarn over through that chain, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2 loops. You're going to have 3 loops on your chain. Yarn over, back through that chain, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2 loops. You have 4 loops on your hook. One more time. Yarn over through that same chain, yarn over and back through the chain, yarn over through 2 loops. You have 5 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over through all the loops on your hook and make a chain to secure. And now what you're going to do is fold your pom-poms in half, and you're going to slip stitch through that first stitch, the single where you had made the single crochet at the beginning. Just like that. Ta-da! And you created a cute pom-pom, super festive and perfect for the holidays. You repeat all around the bottom of your sleeve. So now you're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch and in the 4 next stitch, so 5 single crochet in total. And then you're going to repeat, making another pom-pom. chain 3.
Go to the base of your single crochet, yarn over through that base, yarn over and back, yarn over through 2 loops, and repeat this 4 more times. Just the same way we had done before. And once you have 5 loops on your crochet hook, you yarn over through all the loops, you make a chain not too tight because you're going to work in it. Make 3 chains and repeat your double crochet omitting the last step 4 times until you have 5 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over through all the loops, chain 1 to secure, and slip stitch at the bottom in the single crochet stitch. Voila! Then you're going to make 5 single crochet and a pom-pom, 5 single crochet and a pom-pom all around your sleeve. And at the end of your round, you're going to slip stitch with the first single crochet you had made, and you are done with the bottom of your sleeve. You're going to repeat it to the other sleeve, and you are going to repeat it also at the bottom of your sweater, right underneath the green ribbed edge we had made.
At the end of your round, you're going to slip stitch, you're going to fasten off, and you're going to sew in all the loose tails at the wrong side of your sweater.
And this is what the bottom of the edge will look with the pom-poms at the bottom of your sweater. Lovely. All right, the last thing we need to do is create the collar.
And it will be a ribbed edge, the same stitch as we did for the green edge at the bottom of our work. So you go around your collar and you pick up any stitch you want. And with a 5mm crochet hook, you are going to make 2 front post double crochets and 2 back post double crochets all around the posts of your collar. So since our first round was double crochet, it's going to be really easy to pick up the 2 front post double crochet and then the 2 back post double crochet all around your work. So you joined at the first stitch, and then 2 front post double crochet
and 2 back post double crochet, and you repeat those all around.
And I will meet you once you are done with your first round. We're still crocheting in the round, guys.
Alright, so you're going to make 3 rounds of 2 front post double crochet, 2 back post double crochet all around and around. And once you have 3 rounds, you are going to switch to a smaller crochet hook. This is our 4mm crochet hook. And you are going to continue making rounds and rounds until you have your desired length for your collar. For my collar, I had 8 rounds in total, but of course you can go as high of a turtleneck or as low as you wish. Yeah, so 8 rounds was my magic number. At the end of your 8 rounds, you just fasten off and you're done with your collar. And that is it, my friends. Just like that, you finished your beautiful, not so ugly Christmas sweater. I hope you have enjoyed it. I will make it in blues and silver for Hanukkah and just a regular, teal and my regular colors so I can wear it all year round. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial as much as I have enjoyed creating it for you. I'm looking forward for many more. I hope you have enough time to crochet it before the holidays. And that's it. Mwah! See you next time. Bye.
Hopefully it is on me.
we're going to try this again. I already filmed you once, but I was blurry. Let's see. You had requested from me. You had requested from turn into teal and what? Teal and brown. So without further the yarn that I use for this sweater is a lion brown. Is it lion or red heart? In the comment down.